Hi, this shoe with a review of the LeBron Next Gen by Juju. Apparently, it's for a female player named Juju Watson. I guess I'm not too familiar with her. The silhouette, as you can tell, it clearly reminds you of the Kobe AD, the one that came after Kobe 11. And then they went with Kobe 80, nxxt, 360, um, Exodus. They kept adding names, but the first Kobe AD was a very crappy shoe, but a lot of players wore them because they were Kobe's. This coating, this plastic coating of the Kobe ADs made the shoe atrocious, really rock hard. Even though they had a bit of a zoom error in the heel, there was like, you literally felt nothing. It's like the worst budget shoe you could find, and you're paying premium because they're Kobe's. This is not like that shoe though. As you can tell, these coatings, they're very flexible and malleable. There's a vacuum in between, and the heel cushioning, the midsole cushioning is really good. Overall, it's React, but the kind of soft React that you find in running shoes. And on the forefoot, there are two zoom pods. In Asia, for some reason, the outsole is non-translucent, so you can't see the zoom pods. But some people prefer the non-translucent outsoles. Um, there's a clear heel-to-toe offset. The heel React cushioning is substantial and nice. The forefoot zoom is not that crazy high off the ground, and you can feel the zoom pods working in tandem, just like the Zoom Freak 4s. For a size 9.5, it weighs about 450 grams, so it's not the lightest shoe out there. Yeah, it looks kind of bulky. It's got a lot of sturdy leather-like materials all around, so maybe that's why. But it's not crazy heavy. It's not crazy heavy like those heavy-duty LeBron shoes of the past, but definitely slightly heavier than some of the recent LeBron models, like the 20s or the 21s. There's an outrigger here, clearly a pod and everything, but unfortunately it's, as you can tell, there's a bit of a window here that makes it really malleable. So in contrast, the medial side is coated with rubber. The rubber outsole covers all the way up here. So I wish it would be the other way around. A little bit more give on the medial side and a lot more covering and some rigidity on the lateral side. So this outrigger is a bit too soft. So despite the shoe being wide, it's not as great in terms of providing that ankle rolled over protection. I mean, it's there, but it's not as prominent as what the bulkiness of the pod suggests. Fit wise, I would say you can go true to size if you like a really tight fit, but the shoe, it does not pinch anywhere. It's got a nice round, as you can tell, it's got a very nice round shape. It forms around your foot nicely, but I would suggest going up half a size because I feel the shoe kind of runs a bit too short. And there's no dumb dead space on the toe box area. It just, if you have very high extra volume on this part of your foot, you probably want to skip the shoe. For me, I love it when it's hugging your foot nicely and locking down here. I hate it when there's dead space here. So this, it's great in that respect. The tongue is nice and well ventilated. There's efforts to provide some extra ventilation, so they're clearly relatively more well ventilated than the previous next gen models. Heel slippage, I did not feel that much. There's a lot of good clutching and padding all around, but this little part could be an irritant depending on the shape of your foot and the way you play. It's not rigid, but it might feel a little bit annoying depending on how you play or how you wear the shoe. Again, this midsole, it's so soft, so soft. It's React done right. It's one of the best heel foam cushion out there for Nike. They're going to the traditional route of React being soft running foam. And the forefoot zoom pods, they're not too high off the ground and you actually can feel them. A lot of times when you have these two zoom pods, they kind of you don't really feel it until they kind of get spoiled and start losing some air. But this, you can feel it without providing any unnecessary imbalance. There's a clear heel to toe drop, and the heel cushioning, the React, is substantial enough but not too intrusive or bulky. The design, the setup of the cushioning really reminds you of the Zoom BB Next and Zoom Freak 4 and more recently GTSO 3. But the heel provides better cushioning than the GTSO 3 and it's lower to the ground. The forefoot much lower to the ground compared to the GTSO 3, which is unnecessary two double layers of zoom and a lot more stable in terms of preventing the ankle rollover. So it's a clear upgrade from the GTSO 3. Lower profile, better cushioning, better rebound, better response. So it's like Zoom Freak 4 with a lot more responsiveness on the forefoot and a lot more beefy cushioning in the heel. So I guess those are the kind of shoes that you can compare to. And Zoom BB Next, I don't think you can hold a candle to this one because it's a lot more stable. Because BB had like multiple layers of foam on the heel, which is like super quicksand, like sinking sensation. The forefoot, it was elevated zoom that you don't really feel. So this is a great evolution in terms of the forefoot dual zoom pod and the heel foam cushioning setup. Of course, if you want something that's much more lower to the ground, you might actually feel that this is a bit too mushy. But again, not as dumb mushy as the GTSO 3's lower to the ground than that. The traction is really good. It's like herringbone with some little extra dents, like little arrowheads. And the traction is a little bit more complicated here on the forefoot and a lot more wide and forgiving on the heel to provide a little bit more substantial durability, and there's a lot more room for dust to, flow out. The midsole is just a basic ortholite insole, but even without the insole, you can really feel the cushioning in this shoe. Unfortunately, it's priced really high, right close to $200, and I don't know who Juju is, and it's a good shoe, but it's nothing revolutionary, and it's not like a main LeBron model, and it's not exactly the lightest shoe out there compared to so many of the competitors. So yeah, if you like shoes like the Sabrinas, but you needed some more cushion, if you like the GTSO 3 but you wanted something more low to the ground, this is the shoe for you.